Hey, welcome back to my tutorials. In this tutorial, we're going to go over how to create a search form. So we're going to start by creating a new file. We're going to call this video search page. And it's just going to extend the page. Now, we're not going to do anything else in here. We're just going to create a controller for this page. That's going to extend page controller. Just like in our video page controller, we're going to need to define allowed actions. And this is going to be our search form. Now, we're going to define a special function called index that's going to fire as soon as this page is loaded. Now, this is going to need something called an HTTP request that's going to contain all of our request data. And we're going to need to import this class too. We're going to import these two classes here, HTTP and HTTP request, both of which are under SilverStripe control. Now we're going to start by getting all of the video objects. So we're going to say videos equals video object get, and we're going to create a list of active filters. We'll need to import this ArrayList class. It's under SilverStripe, form, ArrayList. What we're going to do next is create what's called a paginated list. And what that is a list of pages in your search results. So think like Google, you scroll down to the bottom, you get page 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that's what we're going to do here. It's going to take our videos and our request. Now we're going to need to import this class too, and that's going to be under the same directory or the same namespace as ArrayList. We're going to call a few methods on here too. We're going to call set page length, which is going to be the number of videos that we're going to show per page. Set that to 5, and we're going to say set pagination get var, which is going to be the variable that we save for our pagination start, which we're just going to call s. I'm going to change this to videos. Next, we're going to create and return our data array, which is going to include our results and active filters. Now this doesn't actually apply any filters yet, but we'll get to that. So next we're just going to create our search form. We're going to need to import this form class up here, and then we're just going to open up our form down here. Now the first two arguments for this are going to be the controller that handles it, which is just this, and the name. So video search form. Now we're going to need to import these three classes for our search form. It's going to be field list, text field, and form action. So we'll open up our field list for our form. And we're going to create a text field to search with. And this we're just going to call keywords. We're going to call a method on this text field called setAttribute. And we're going to set the placeholder. We're going to say search for a video. Next, we're going to create a new field list, and this is going to be for our form action. Now, since we're not going to have a handler, we're just going to call this do video search. And the button is going to be called search, or it's going to have the label of search. Now we're going to call a few methods on our form. We're going to say set form method, and that's going to be a get, and then we're going to say set form action, and that's going to be this controller, so it's going to be this link. Next, we're going to disable the security token that would protect us against CSRF attacks. But we're not going to need it for this, that's why we're disabling it. Now, if the form has already been filled out, like we've already completed a search, we're going to want to fill out the search query. So we're going to say load data from this request get vars. Alright, once that's all said and done, we're just going to return the form and go ahead and run dev build. Now once that's finished, you should be able to create a new video search page, but we don't see our form yet because we don't have a template, so we're going to do that now. So in the same directory as our video page template, we're going to open up a new file. We're going to say div class video search page and container and save that as video search page. Then we're going to include our pagination. And then we're going to do that once at the top and then once at the bottom. I've gone ahead and thrown a few wrappers in here that we're going to use. So go ahead and copy these down. But this is where we're going to call our video search form. Next, we're going to check if there's results. And if there are, we're going to loop over them. Now, if they're not, we'll just say no results found. Now we're going to create a link, and this is going to link to the video page. And in here, we'll put the video title. This would also be a pretty good spot for a thumbnail, but we haven't added that yet. Maybe I'll add that in as an extra little bonus. Now you're going to either want to run dev build, or you can just run flush with a question mark right before it on your page. And that's going to refresh the templates. So we should see our changes here. Now this is our video link here, and we're going to want to create more so that we can test, and I'll do that behind the scenes. but this still isn't going to filter out our search results. So if we were to type in some gibberish here, you know, our video is not named fast. Okay, so we're going to need to apply those filters. Now back in our controller, we're going to want to import this array data class, and then we're going to check to see if our keywords is set. So right here, I'm going to say if search equals request get var keywords, and open that up. Now we're going to push onto our active filters. I'm going to say array data create, which is going to take an array. And the first one is going to be our label. And in double quotes and in single quotes, we're going to say search. Now, if you're unfamiliar with PHP, you can call variables inside double quotes, but not single quotes. So what this is going to do is it's going to get the keyword that we entered in our search, and it's going to quote it with single quotes. We're just going to close this up for now, and then we're going to filter our videos. So videos equals videos filter, which takes an array. And it's going to be title colon partial match and this is going to be search. Now this is what will perform our filtering. This should be videos, not video. Now I've went ahead and created a few more video pages here, each with a video. So we're going to test this out now. So I'm going to say test. There we go. Test search video. Now I've created at least 6 video pages here, but I noticed that our pagination is not working. So we're going to need to update that template. So in our includes pagination, we need to say results more than one page, results pagination summary, and results not last page. So the way we're going to do that is we're going to say with results. Then we're going to put it all in the with statement. Now, if we go back to our search results, we should see these pages. Now, the last thing I want to do is loop over our active filters with our label. So we're going to go over to our video search page template. I'm going to say if active filters, we're going to loop active filters. And in here, we're going to open up a paragraph saying searching for label. Now, if we were to search again, we should see that. I guess not. Change this to active filters, not active filter. Try that again. There we go. Searching for test. Alright, so I'm going to wrap this one up. In the next video, we'll go over how we can improve this search form. We're going to be able to search by categories, and I'll add some thumbnails for our videos here. So catch you then.